What's up, my beautiful family, and thank you and welcome back to my channel Beyond Beauty. It is your girl Brittany here with another video for you. Today's video is going to be about this look right here. Yes, this is the sultry New Year's Eve holiday look, and this is a fabulous look to wear to any New Year's Eve celebration and to bring in your new year. I will be getting ready with you today and chit-chatting, so let's get into it. But before we get into it, I just want to remind you guys to go ahead and click that thumbs up button as well as that subscribe button, and please hit that notification bell while you're at it, just so you're up to date on all my latest and greatest videos. Now let's get into it.
Let's get started. Share that is very different than what I've done other years is I stayed off of Facebook, and I'm using the Lancome, what is it, the Tint Idol Ultra Wear in the colors 500 Sue, and this is warm, a warm color. I put about 2 pumps. I'm just gonna put another one on. Okay, and so I'm gonna take this brush. This is the buffing brush, or I'm sorry, the ultimate blending brush from Elf Cosmetics. So I stayed off of Facebook, and the reason why was because this color is a little darker than my skin tone, which is okay because I never really go darker. I always go a little lighter. And so, because the Fenty color for whatever reason is super light on me, and it's cute. Sometimes, I mean, you know, I've been wearing it on a lot of my other past videos and like my pictures and stuff like that on Instagram. But I definitely could tell that it is a little, like probably a half a shade to a shade lighter than my skin tone. Maybe the undertone's different, I don't know. It looked cute in the store, but yeah, so I guess like this was the first year of like, I'm gonna put a little bit more. The first year, and it is, you can see it's a little red, right? Which is okay, because I have a plan. So yeah, so the first year of Trump's presidency, you know, and so I kind of stayed off of the internets because everybody just seemed so mad. Everybody was so mad, is so mad, and I'm not that mad. I care about the future of our government, but I'm a Christian, you know what I'm saying? So my faith ain't in man. Like, I don't never trust man, you know. I'm not putting my hope in my future in the hands of a person, you know. I believe that Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior, and so with that being said, my life is in his hands, not man's hands. So I wasn't feeling as passionate as most people were about, you know, the presidency and all that stuff. And so I just stayed off of Facebook because it was just such a downer, you know, and I just felt like it was really divisive. It's just kind of been a transitional year for me in so many areas. It's been a year of self-discovery or rediscovery, and it always seems like I'm just learning, like every year it just seems like I'm learning more and more about myself and about the Lord and about everything, like the world and every people around me, my family, my friends. It's just constant like growth and constant learning. And oh, this is LA Girl Pro Concealer in Almond. And so yeah, so this year has been an interesting year for me in that way as well. And changes going on all around me, and it's kind of interesting. I'm not sure. I really do feel like God's hand is in it all. So I'm okay. I'm at peace about it, but you know, you still got to go along for the ride. I'm highlighting my face, and since my foundation's already dark, I can just put highlight where I want it to, and it's automatically the darker foundation is going to automatically contrast what I'm doing with my highlight, which is my concealer. So I don't necessarily have to contour because I'm already doing like a semi contour right now, if you can tell. I'm just gonna go ahead and go here and then here. That was so cute, my husband, when he was doing my makeup, because he actually did pretty good. And one of my friends brought that to my attention because I really didn't think he did. But when I looked at it, I was like, you know what? He actually knew the placement. I don't know how. I guess he's really like, he's observed me over the years. And so he really got like the placement down on everything. And I was really surprised. But there are some parts in that video that I just thought was so funny. Like when he was talking about Kevin Aquan. And he was like, I think I told him he was dead. And he was like, oh, rest in peace, Kevin Aquan, or something like that. I'm just like, he's just funny. And I'm just gonna buff out any area that I put my highlight. And this right here is just gonna soften. It's gonna soften my makeup, my highlight. And so I'm just blending it out. Right here, I'm just actually stippling. I don't wanna cause too much friction under my eye because then that's when you'll start to see creasing, you'll start to see wrinkles and all that jazz. So you want to be as delicate under the eye as possible. So again, just stipple. You don't have to like necessarily keep the brush on and drag it around. Just kind of stipple it like that. And that actually helps your under eyes. It stimulates blood flow, which helps to build your collagen, your natural collagen production in your skin. And that helps to firm your skin. So blood flow is always good to keeping your skin looking young. Okay, next I'm going to use the NYX Cosmetics Precision Brow Pencil. I actually love this Precision Brow Pencil. I discovered it a couple of months ago. I was a try and true Anastasia Beverly Hills type of gal. And the color chocolate was my favorite. It still is. But I discovered this pencil, and what I will say is with a lot of brands, I will say this, which is true, and I'm just going to cover my eyebrows a little bit with foundation just to even the colors out on my skin there. But these companies got that technology down. I'm sorry, they gave Anastasia a run for her money. It's like an exact dupe. I mean, the texture feels the same, most the color variation is almost the same. I mean, it's very close, and it's half the price. And with NYX and their brow products, I love their brow products. The quality is just really good. Now, I just got this wig. This is like my holiday wig, I guess you could say. It's from Bobbi Boss, and I forget her name. I think her name is like Laura or something like that. Tara or Laura, and she's really pretty. I like her. She's bronzy, like brassy color, really pretty. Not too platinum, not too bright, but really pretty on camera and pictures. I really like her. But I decided not to go light on my brows just because I do want to create some form of contrast and drama with the eye, and so I decided to still go dark like I would normally go dark. Now, I'm just kind of filling in my brows really quickly here. I wanted a blonde wig. Like forever, like I wanted a wave. click like, oh my god, that's almost 40 shades in one palette. So the palette is huge. Take a look at it. It's friggin' big. And like I mentioned in my previous video, my Christmas gift guide video, to do a really like basic New Year's Eve look. So I'm going to use this family of colors. I'm definitely going to use this color here on my lid, and then I'll probably use that as transitional shades and my crease shades there. But I'm going to go in this family. It's like a plummy mauve family, and I never really go in that direction with my makeup, so I'm just going to try something new today. Ooh, like the Lord just started providing me all these resources to start creating videos. I'm gonna start with this color here. I'm sorry, this color here. Yeah, the Lord just started, like, he's always provided for me, so it's not like he just started out the blue. I'm not gonna say it like that, but I will say that he made it really clear to me that he wanted me to, he didn't mind me, you know, starting off on my journey on my videos. And some, you know, doing videos is something that I've always just, you know, kind of wanted to do, but I just never did it. I was either too nervous, like too insecure, you know, to be in front of the camera, you know, too shy or whatever the case is. I just wasn't ready. A lot more free and you know how I feel about it, because I look at it differently now, as where before I kind of wanted to have a video, I think, to like prove something to myself and prove something to the people that know me, versus like just genuinely having fun, doing makeup, you know, talking and sharing. Really, that's what it's about, is really sharing my gift with the world. That's really what it's about for me now. It's not even about all the other stuff, you know. Now if I get a little sponsorship, I am there, you know, call me, whoever. Morphe. I'm using a couple of brushes. I'm using this is actually a Wet n Wild brush. I always mention these brushes because they're only $1 and they work freaking amazing. This is one of my favorite blending brushes right now. I just love it. 2017, this is one of my favorite brushes because the value is just so good and it does the job. I don't want to use the same products that I use on myself. I don't want to necessarily use for my clients, because I am still a working makeup artist. And so when you guys are looking at these videos, I don't want to be using the same products on my clients. They'd be looking like, girl, I seen you use that on yourself in the video. Because that's just not sanitary and that's just not ideal for me, you know. And so these kind of products that are only $1 that work really good, like the brushes I'm talking about, it's like super dope, you know, because I can use this brush and then I could buy another one when I have my clients, you know. Yeah, so I'm just blending this transitional shade right now. I'm just trying to stay under the brow bone though. I don't want to go too high because then it starts to look a little clownish, a little cray cray. So I just want to be sure that I stay right under that brow bone, but I'm just blending out, you know, the makeup there. And so I really like this color. It's so pretty. It's like a mauve color. What? So pretty. What's the name of this color? Create. Yay. I feel like I'm being creative. I use a crease brush to apply, and then I use the blending brush. Now I see some people, they'll actually use a blending brush and put the product on the blending brush and then go in. I do that sometimes too, depending on how much time I'm trying to save. But for the most part, I like to use like a crease brush, which is something like this one, to apply the product, and then I like to blend it out with something like that one, like a fluffier blending brush. So anyway, so yeah, where was I? Oh yeah, so I was saying like how, you know, the Lord started providing. Like I'm talking about like stuff that I could not afford on my own, like was getting dropped off at my doorstep. I'm not even lying to you. Like one of the guys from my church, he had an extra light, like a umbrella light that he used for photography, and he just gave it to me one day. Yeah, so that was a blessing to me immediately. And so to me, I took that as a sign from the Lord, not just because he was a guy from my church, but just because it was something that I was tossing around in my mind already. It was like, should I start recording? You know? And then I'm like, well, why do I have this light now? You know? Like, why do I have this light? And so what I did essentially was I just started recording myself, you know, doing videos. I used what I had, and I was grateful to do that. I felt blessed to do it, and that's something that I couldn't necessarily say before. I felt competitive before. I felt like a competitive drive. I felt like I had to prove myself, you know, like there's people that are already established, you know, in the same space here on YouTube, and it could be a little intimidating because you don't know really what you're getting yourself into. You know, I would like to consider myself an awkward black girl. I feel like I'm not, you know, I'm not like the other girls. So I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to be well received. You know, these thoughts were going through my mind when it came down to it, but I didn't allow that to stop me this time. I just kept going. I just kept moving forward. And this is going to be a long video, y'all. So I'm just going to go right under my eye. Oh, this is like a definer brush from Wet n Wild. This color too. This one in the middle. Yeah, so I felt a lot more confident, you know, moving forward in this space. You know, it's only gonna get better. But if you look at some of my first videos that I did in October, the quality was horrible. You know, I'm not gonna lie, the quality was horrible. I was using a camera. Oh, that's another thing. One of my good friends that I grew up with, I just hit her up out the blue because I was thinking about getting a camera. You know, I was gonna put that on my vision board pretty much. And she had took a picture of me a long time ago with her camera, and I wanted to know what kind of camera she used. I'm just focusing right on my crease. I wanted to know what camera she used, and so I hit her up, and she was like, oh, it was a Nikon bridge camera, Nikon Coolpix, I think. And she was like, you want it? I'll send it to you. And I'm like, what? I wasn't even asking for it. I was just asking, you know, to know what kind of camera it was so that I could buy it myself or to save for it, you know. I'm just blending it out now. And she just straight like offered it to me. I was like, wow. Wow, wow, wow. You know? And so I was using that camera for like the first couple of videos. That and my phone, which is like some random LG phone or something. LTE something. And so the quality is horrible. There's one video that the focus, the zoom is like going in and out. And this one, I know the light, I think, is going dim and light. But it was nothing like one of those videos. One of my first videos I did was really bad. My husband, Nashawn, and I were watching it last night. And we were just like, wow, that's horrible. But that didn't stop me, you know. Other people, somebody could have looked and been like, oh man, like, you know, I don't have the right. I was like, you know what, forget it. I'm gonna try. I'm trying my best. I'm trying, you know, this is the resources that I have. I'm gonna use them, you know. And it may not be the best, it may not be the most perfect, but this is what I feel in my heart I'm called to do. So this is what I'm gonna do. And that's what I did. I put them videos out. You know, I got a couple of views, like 2 views. But you know, I'm not complaining. I'm happy. I'm like, you know what? Thank you, Lord, for those 2 views that I got. Because if I'm not grateful for the small things, then he won't bless me with the larger things, you know. And so I'm gonna use that darker color. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm not grateful for what he's giving me now, then how is he gonna be able to bless me with something better? I'll be a brat. And I was a brat before, you know. Totally. So I'm just gonna focus this one right on the outer crease of my eye, not necessarily going all the way in, just right here, right there. I'm just gonna go down a little bit too. Yeah. And I never want to be a brat. I never want to take for granted what the Lord has done and is doing in my life, you know. It's so easy to, when you get bombarded with good things, It's trippy like that. It's like when you're doing bad, you know all about the Lord. It's like when things are going good, it's really when you need to press in. Because it's so easy to just go on autopilot and just be like, you know what, I got this. Thank you, Lord. And just keep pushing, you know. And that's the scary place to be, you know. And that's kind of where I have been a little bit this year. I've been there. Because I'm like, things are just going so good. You start just being like, you know. But you can't not ever forget who blessed you, you know. Because those things come and go. You don't ever want to take for granted what the Lord's done for you and what He's poured into you and what He's given you, because I'm talking to myself and I'm talking to whoever's watching. It's true. Because that's where most people, like celebrities and stuff like that, that's where they get it twisted. That's where they get it messed up. Is that they'll use their God-given gift to get them in the door, and then once they're in the door, they forget who gave it to them, and they forget the struggle, you know, that they had before. They forget where they came from. They forget their foundation. They forget their roots. They forget what they know, and they get deceived. It's easy to get deceived, you know, when you have a motive. And that's one thing that I don't want to have with all of this, is like a selfish motive or a selfish agenda to where I forget and I'm deceived, you know. I don't ever want that. I always want God to be at the forefront of every single thing that I do, you know. And I don't ever want to be a sellout, you know. I don't. Ooh, that's cute already. Ooh, that's pretty. That's really cute. So this color is actually reading a little fuchsia on me, but if you look, I don't know if you can really tell here, but it is more so a plum, and it's really pretty. I'm digging it. Now I'm going to take that same definer brush, and I'm going to take that darker shade that I just used on the outer corners of my eye. I'm just going to go right under, right there, right under my eye. Ooh, that's cute. To add some concealer around my eyebrow, because I forgot to do that earlier. Oh, also people have been like complimenting my nails. They busted today, but you know, from a distance really fast you can kind of see. But anyway, they're real metallic and they're really cute and they're really press on. I got them from Forever 21. They're like $5. This one's pointing down and this one's going straight. That's how my brows grow. So I'm just gonna kind of leave it like that. I don't mind it looking like that. I might correct it a little bit. So you use the glue that's included in whatever like pack of nails. The Forever 21 nails don't come with glue though. Okay. But if you get like some other type of nails, like the Kiss nails from Walgreens and stuff, it comes with glue. And so you take that glue and you apply it on your nail, and then you go over it with, it's a super glue or crazy glue gel, okay? And you take that and you apply that right on top of the glue that, you know, came with it. And when I tell you that I had a pair of nails that did not move for 2 weeks, and I'm not lying, press-on nails, did not come off, did not pop off, did not move for 2 weeks. It really holds. Now I will mention that the Forever 21 nails, they're kind of inconsistent with adhesive, and that adhesive was so thick that whatever gel you put on to, you know, make it stay, it would like move around and it would not stick. And so that was a no-go for me, because they would just pop off, you know. And I'd be washing dishes and stuff. Ain't nobody got time for that. Your nails popping off in the dish, in the sink. So God was blessing me with all this stuff. That was confirmation. And then I just started, you know, I just started. And it's been really cathartic for me, to be honest. Like, this has been such a healing type of experience, because you're just, you know, it's like, it's really intimate. Like, one of my favorite show guilty pleasures was Everyday Struggle with Joe Budden and what was his name, DJ Academics and Nadeska. I friggin' loved that show. I felt like it was just such a great dynamic between all of the people on the show. And it's just so unfortunate that Joe Budden has left. And I watched another interview, and I seen Charlemagne talk to DJ Academics, and he actually had warned DJ Academics from the beginning about that. He said that he gave the show 7 months or something, or 7 weeks or something like that, and then he said it was going to get canceled. And it wasn't because of the ratings, it was going to be because he said Joe Budden, you know, he said something about Joe Budden and why it would be canceled. But anyway, that was interesting to me that he called it. And it just got me like kind of upset a little bit, because I had just started getting into the show. Like, I was so late to the party, like totally late. I had just started watching all the shows for the first time. Like, I had to catch up on all of them. I just put concealer on my lid, and now I'm going to take this color here, which is a pretty metallic, like iridescent, not iridescent, but like a shimmery plum tone. Taking that color, and I'm going to put that on my lid and hope that it's not darker than the other stuff. Okay, so I'm just going to go right on top of my concealer with that color. Oh, this is pretty. Oh, and by the way, you guys, this palette, the quality as far as like the pigment and the texture is amazing. OMG, it really is bomb. It's definitely different than other Morphe palettes, but truth be told, I love Morphe anyway, but I would say that this one, as far as quality, is like up there. It's like one of my favorite, one of my top tier palettes from them. It's kind of becoming a little monochromatic, like one tone, so I'm going to put a lighter shade on top of it just to kind of create some contrast. Whole little, you know, situation going on with shows I was watching. I try not to watch television. I try not to watch too much of anything, but when I do find something that I like, I definitely will watch. Some stuff I gotta be careful because, you know, I want to keep my mind right. So some stuff I can't watch, you know, like I'm saved now. I can't be watching some of that stuff. Like, what's the, She Gotta Have It. I tried. I was like, oh no, Lord. You ain't gonna have me falling back into sin. The lust of the flesh. My best friend, she always goes, damneth thine eyes. Damneth thine eyes. Damneth thine eyes. Yeah, I'm not falling for that trick. Not today, Satan. So y'all can keep that. She's Gotta Have It. Y'all can have that. But back to Everyday Struggle. The show was just really entertaining, and so we have like a I'm putting that dark color back right here just to kind of add that contrast again. But yeah, we have like a bike here, and you know, I would ride the bike in the morning. Like, I would literally like wake up and read my devotional and pray or meditate or both, and then I would just, like, if I had free time, like, I would start to work out and I would watch my Everyday Struggle, and I would like ride the bike and watch my Everyday Struggle. Nope, I can't, because Joe Budden to me was like, you know, no shade to nobody else. I think DJ Academics, he's such a cutie to me. He's so cute. I feel like he has such a sweetness about him. I mean, even though he could be a jackhole sometimes, you know, he seemed like he had a sweet heart. you know. And then Nadeska, she was dope to me. She was a pretty girl. She was very educated. She seemed like she took her job serious. She was a journalist, you know, and she took it seriously, and she was a great like medium moderator. I'm taking the black. They have like a black in this palette. I'm just gonna take that and just put it on the edges too, right here. Uh-oh, might be too dark. Okay, alrighty. But it was a little bit of a bummer, because it's like, I know everybody felt like that. I think I messed it up. I think everybody that watched the show felt that way, because it was just now getting good, and then it was like, oh well for that, like, you know. And also I think because I just added a little bit up higher too. I think also because, like, you know, Breakfast Club has been on air for, I think they said like 7 years or something like that. So it's like, it kind of is stale a little bit, you know. It's like, you already know what Charlamagne's gonna say. You already know, you know, how that dynamic is. Shades here, like this one probably here, this gold color. Yeah, so I learned so much this year, you know. I learned a lot, but it's like one thing to learn, and then it's another to, okay, that did lighten it up, cool, execute, you know. It's like, you don't want to learn and not execute. You want to learn and execute. And so that's where I'm at now. I feel like I've learned a lot this year, and I'm executing. And I feel like I made a lot of like hard decisions that may be contrary to what people think is in my best interest, but I had to make them because I can't allow other people to make certain decisions for me, and I can't allow people to dictate what's good for me and what's not good for me, you know. That's all solely between me and the Lord, right? Oh, that's so pretty. I think I like it. I think I do. It's pretty. It's showing up more purple. It's almost like when I put the black on top of the plum, it made it like a true purple tone. So again, I'm going to use that nano liner, which is a felt tip liner. Again, I prefer brush liner. Chanel has a felt tip liner that I love because the quality of the felt tip is just so strong that it doesn't fray and it doesn't get like dry. Like once it dries out, it's done on the Chanel one, which I love. The other ones, it's like you gotta shake them. Sometimes like they get, like this one in particular, it bends. You know, it bends and it kind of causes me to line my eye, and it'll be like off, not like on point. When my husband was doing my makeup on that video, after he finished doing my makeup, he was like, oh my goodness, it's so hard to do a wing line. And I'm like, yeah, it's not as easy as it looks. Bubble guppies. Bubble guppies. He thought it was gonna be easy. He thought he was gonna beat my face and like be revolutionary, be one of the only men in history to do that challenge and do it better than every other man. Boy, was he wrong. Even though I had some, I guess I will wing this out a little bit. I did have some friends that commented and was like, oh my god, like he did such a good job. I'm like, okay. Take this gold glitter from Nikia Cosmetics. I actually worked for her, and that was actually life-changing for me. I mean, I learned so much there. So much about business, so much about everything, like the logistics of business, working for yourself as an entrepreneur, inventory, all that, you name it. And it was eye-opening for me, definitely. What I just did was I put this glitter all over my lid. Now, I wasn't gonna do that, but I just felt to do that. I just felt like doing that. That's what I'm gonna do. So now we have glitter all in the lid, if you can see. And what I applied the glitter with, and I had a video about this. I have a video about this you guys should check out if you get time. But I used Visine. I just put like a couple of drops of Visine in the lid. And then I just took like a small definer brush. It's like I dip the brush in the Visine first, and then I just dip it in the glitter and just apply it. And literally, Visine acts like adhesive. And if you don't have glitter glue, because I'm just gonna go ahead and do the same thing on the other side while my daughter's getting frustrated. I'm just gonna go ahead and just kind of dust off the powder, lightly dusting it off, because again, we don't want to put too much friction under the eyes. So we're just gonna lightly dust off the powder, and we're gonna add our highlight back to our face. If in case we lost it, we're just going to add a little bit more highlight. And this here is just like a generic, it says blush, but it really is a highlight on my skin. Maybe it's a blush for a more fair tone, but for me it does go on as a highlight. I got this one for $1.50 at Forever 21. I talked about it in my Forever 21 haul. This is actually one of the only products from that haul that I actually genuinely liked. This here is a random brush that I got from the 99-cent store. I just liked the handle. I thought it was really funky, the neon. So I just purchased it, 99-cent store, loved it. And it actually goes on, it is actually tapered, which I think is pretty nice. So I'm just going right there, you know, right on the cheekbone. And so I'm going to go over that blush highlighter with this here, which is the Makeup Revolution Vivid Baked Highlighter in Rose Gold Lights. This here is my jam. It just is so pretty. It's like ridiculous. I don't even know if you can really see like how beautiful it is with the camera, but it's so gorgeous. And it does have like a little bit of a rose tone to it, but it's definitely, as you can see, a highlight, and it definitely adds that pop. And so I'm just going to add some to the bridge of my nose. I'm not sure if I want to use this one because it has that red tone, so I'm just going to go back with that other product, this one. And I'm using this random Sigma brush. It's not even for what I'm about to use it for. It's a flat head brush, but I'm just going to go and I'm just going to apply it right on the bridge of my nose. Add just a little bit more highlight to my forehead and my chin area, the areas that I had put my concealer on initially. I've been really like enjoying the landscape of social media, Facebook this year for talent, makeup artist, YouTube, Instagram. I've been really just like scrolling and just finding all sorts of inspiration from so many different artists. Contour, I'm just going to add a little bit of depth of color just right under my highlight, and this is just common, right? And this is just to secure and lock it in. And so I'm going to use this contour shade here. This is the Black Radiance palette. I always work out of this palette because it is so bomb. Oh my goodness. It was only $5 at Walgreens. First of all, it is apparently a limited edition, so I'm really sad because I don't know if they'll ever have another thing like this. I should have bought a lot more of these actually. I'm gonna go online and see if there's more online somewhere. But yes, this is so bomb. It comes with like this really gorgeous golden tone that's so pretty. It's not ashy at all. And then it comes with this fuchsia color that looks super scary, but when you apply it onto your face, it's just simply beautiful. And it just blends really lightly onto the skin. And then of course it comes with a contour shade. And I didn't use this Estee Lauder brush. It's a sculpting foundation brush, and apparently people use this for foundation, but because it's so sculpted, look at it. Sigma has brushes like this as well. A lot of other companies do, but this is the one that I have. So and look at it, it just like literally is just like the exact contour shape tapered for your face to chisel your face. Look at that. It's already, the shape is there. So all you do is just put the product on and then you just go. Look at, boom. Look at this. No, seriously, look at that. Seriously. If you ever have a problem with placement, this is the type of brush you need, because some people, I know I get these questions all the time as far as like contouring. People don't know where to put the product, you know, or where to stop. This here does the job for you. It literally is shaped just exactly like to the dimensions. So it's like you can't, it's like foolproof. You can't go wrong with it. Everything else, and I'm just gonna go and lightly just kind of blend it in, just lightly. I'm gonna go ahead and use my NARS Taj Mahal, just because I want to keep it kind of neutral in color. And I'm going to use the same tapered brush. I'm cross-contaminating apparently, so I'm just gonna go ahead and add. I'm just gonna add that on the cheeks, just on the apples of my cheeks. Try to stay on the highlight, like not all the way up on the highlight like that, but right like on the bottom portion of the highlight. One thing that I didn't do was my highlighter under my brows, so I'm just going to actually go back in with the highlighter that I used on my face, and I'm just going to add that highlighter there. Years ago, this was so taboo. The like the iridescent or the metallic highlight. I had a client and that's all she wanted, boy, was metallic, and it was not in at all. And I felt so bad because I had to put metallic highlight under her brow, and because that's what she wanted, you know. But now it's in, so it's funny because I'm wearing it now. I'm just putting a little highlighter on my lip because I have thin looking lips, and I put a little on my Cupid's bow for a little pop. Something that I've been gravitating towards is like monochromatic looks, like something that I never used to do ever before. I always used to make sure that there was contrast with the eyes and the mouth, but lately I've been totally like fascinated with monochromatic looks. That was Sephora's liner to go, I guess. Okay, and so now I put my lashes on. I put just some basic Ardell, I think these are doubles, some Ardell double lashes on, and now I'm just going to go into my natural lashes and add some mascara, Mega Protein Wet n Wild mascara. I'm just going to go ahead and apply that right under so that you can blend. It's just like a weave. See, when people are applying lashes, they don't go out of their way to blend their natural hair to the lash hair. You want to blend them just like you would. You remember back in the day when you used to have your hair out in the front and then the weave, the track underneath. You want to make sure that it's blended together. Same thing with your eyelashes. You want to blend your natural hair. And for me, my hair is really curly because my natural hair is 4C. I have 4C hair, so my lashes are the same. So I have to really go ahead and blend. And then so for this look, I'm just going to go ahead and do the bottom rim of the eye as well. This is really tough for me because my lash hair is really short at the bottom. I see people like Jackie Aina and they just make it look so easy, but you want to be really careful with the bottom lash. For people like me that have shorter lash hair at the bottom, you want to be very delicate, very gentle when you're applying. Anyway, thank you for getting ready with me, Brittany, and thank you for chilling with me and chatting with me. If you have any ideas, any suggestions for future videos of mine, go ahead and comment below. Don't forget to like, this video, okay? We spent all this time together communicating. I just share my heart now. I done talked your head off. Now you got to go ahead and like the video, and don't forget to subscribe. Support your girl by subscribing to the channel as well. Until next time, I hope you love this New Year's look. Until next year, you guys, God bless and goodbye. Love you guys. Bye.